Welcome back to Rosewood Manor Prints, my dear elegant crafters. My name is Asara, and today we'll master this beautiful journal cover tassel. So let's get started with our tassel. You will need some ribbons, perhaps some charms and beads for dangles. You will need some type of ring binder ring, open leaf bookbinding rings, a lobster clasp. I have some crimp beads as well, some embroidery yarn, embroidery needles, and a crimp bead crimper, and your journal cover. I'm uploading every Tuesday and Friday, and if you follow me along, by the end of this video series, you will have a complete journal made. I will put all the videos into a playlist for you so that you can go back easily. So make sure to like and subscribe to get a notification when the next video comes out. All right, so let's get started. So we will be folding over the ribbons. So we want to measure about twice the length of the back of your journal. So about this length. And what I have done too is I have inserted the signatures that we made into the journal. We will be sewing in the signatures next Friday, but I wanted to get a feel for the colors of this journal. So it has these green and cream ribbons, but it also has these beautiful red ribbons as well. So I wanted to mirror these colors in this tassel. I will also have a golden ribbon going down in the back of this spine once we have the signatures sewn in. So I wanted to mirror that back in this tassel as well. And I found a smaller ribbon of the same type of ribbon. And let's begin to lay down the different ribbons. So I have the red, the green, the gold, and the cream. So these are the base colors that are in the journal cover. Of course, you can pick any colors that you like or any ribbons that you might have left over. I also found some cream lace ribbon. And because I like lace so much, I took 2 of them. I also doubled up on the cream ribbon and on the green ribbon. And then I found this rich green embroidery thread that will add a little depth to the tassel as well. And I had these leftover gold leaf ribbons, and they curl up. They will definitely need a bead or a charm at the ends to weigh them down, but they're so pretty and they really add a little something to this. So I didn't want to miss out on that. So I'll put that as well. So you can see how we lay them all out here. And then what we will do is grab the middle here and open this loose leaf binder ring and put it right around the center and close it up. And let's lift this up. You can make any last minute arrangements of the ribbons, and then we'll grasp them like so, and then use this embroidery ribbon here and tie all the ribbons together like so. double knot just to make sure. There we go. And now that this is tied together, let's make a little bow. So I'm going to take another piece of this beautiful satin ribbon here. Let's cut the ends off here. So this is already very beautiful, but I really like to add some charms and beads to everything. But before we do this, I'd like to simply measure now how long do we want this tassel to be. So first, let's put the lobster clasp on like so. That will show us the total length of this tassel. So it would go approximately like here. So now we have the total length of it. And we can then choose how long we want this to be. So I know that this length here of this ribbon is about the length that I'd like to achieve. You can also make it shorter or longer, just whatever your preference is with this. So let's tackle these gold leaf threads first. For these, I will need to cut a few of these pretty leaves off to make a thread for any dangles or beads that we want to add to this. And to secure the charm, you can either just simply tie a knot in it, but I want to also see if I can perhaps use a crimp bead. This is what a crimp bead looks like. So it has a bit of an opening on one side. As you can see, there's an opening and the rest is round. So this opening makes it very easy. So let's hold this crimp bead with this crimper, I call it, a crimper. And then we'll put it right through here and insert these two sides and insert the string here. And that simply closes it up. And then all we need to do is to simply cut the rest of this off. And that secures the charms very easily. And the same thing applies to the embroidery yarn, where you can put a little crimp bead here on it, because it just gives it a nice finish versus just tying a knot in there. Instead of just having a knot, it is nice to finish it with a crimp bead. So I'm choosing to put those charms a little bit more on the shorter side, just to make sure that if I choose to make this tassel a little shorter, that there is no problem then. And it adds a little bit of a sparkle to it as well. So there we go. So these are our dangles for the embroidery ribbon. And these are our dangles for our leafy golden ribbon. These are enough dangles. We don't want to make them too heavy so it wouldn't pull the journal over. And so then we can simply see where we are with the length, and then we can adjust the rest. And here's your final Christmas tassel. On Friday we'll put a grommet here in the back of this journal cover, but look how pretty this goes together with the other colors. Beautiful. Now that we have perfected our perfect journal cover tassel, join me this Friday at Rosewood Manor Print, where we will sew in the signatures into our journal cover, and where we finish our journal cover to complete our final Christmas journal. The full assembly is linked below. See you at the next video. Much love. Bye.